Hi there, out in the woods, getting some pictures, hopefully deer. I'm looking for deer, a little bit of wildlife shots, and I just recently posted a video about wildlife photography with a tip on how to control your depth of field or your range of focus in a photograph. If you want that, I'll put a link to it at the end of the video. You can check that out. But this video is another wildlife tip, and that is, you can kind of see it in my own picture here. Look at that. Lights in your eyes, right? See a little sparkle in my eye? You want that when photographing wildlife. You want to have light in the eyes, or at least light in one of the eyes. And you can see, here's a picture of a deer. And I took this photograph of this deer in this very same nature area that I am now. And you can see it's got light that's pretty visible in both eyes. And that light in the eyes makes the animal come alive, gives them a little pop, give them a little zest. You don't want to have dark eyes in your animal. And you can see it's got light in both eyes, but one eye is definitely has more than the other eye. And that's going to be pretty typical of most photographs of us. You're out, not in undercover like trees, like in this photograph, and that the light is coming directly from behind the photographer. That's the only way they're going to probably be ever equally lit. And that happens a fair enough time, but usually one eye is going to be a little bit brighter, but that doesn't matter. You only need light in one of the eyes. And now you see this photograph of a bighorn sheep, and it's getting closer to sunset when this photograph was taken. And you can see that one of the eyes definitely has more light than the other. And the one it's almost completely shaded, but really, again, one light in one eye is all you need. Two is great, one is great too. But you can see that just light in that one eye makes the sheep more alive. And that's what light in the eye does in nature photography and in portrait photography. It makes the subject more alive and stand out more. Now, here's a photograph of a bighorn sheep lamb. And it has more light in one eye over the other. And that's okay. And it works. But having that light in the one eye, of course, makes it pop, makes that animal come alive. You can look right into that eye. And that's key with wildlife and getting that light into the eye too. It enables the viewer to look right into the eyes of the animal, and then they connect with that animal. If the eyes are dark, that connection doesn't happen in the same way. Again, you don't need it in both eyes, and that's especially visible in this photograph of this doe. I mean, her one eye is completely darkened, where one eye is in bright light, and that's because it's morning light. It can have the habit of doing that when the sun is low in the sky. Early morning or late evening with that low sun, it's going to light up only one eye, and the other eye may be fairly dark, just like in this photograph. But that works, and sometimes that creates a feeling of mystery. And we can do this with people as well. In human portraits, it makes the person look very mysterious and creates a lot of intrigue when only one eye is lit. But again, we want one eye to be lit. We can't have them both be dark. And now this photograph, I'm showing you all deer photographs, just the way I picked out the photos for this. But in this photograph of a deer, you can see that the eyes are in the light, but they're blocked by the grass. But having the grass a little bit out of focus by the shell depth of field, check out that other video, helps, and the eyes are sharp. And there's light in the eye that helps it penetrate through that grass and come back at the viewer. So you can see the eye, and the viewer can make a connection with that deer, even though it's hidden in the grass, and it gives that feeling of a hidden deer, a deer sheltering away, keeping itself hidden, and the grass really helps create the mood for that. So it adds that emotion to the photograph, that secretiveness, the hiddenness of the deer. But yet those eyes, because they're in focus and they have light, especially the one eye, it grabs the viewer and brings them in. Okay, one more deer, I promise. But you can see with this buck, it only has one eye in the photograph. And that one eye has light. So it's okay to just have one eye in the picture. It's always better to have two eyes, even if one is dark, because it just helps the viewer connect better with your subject if you can have both eyes, but sometimes you can't do that. So if you got one eye, you still want that eye to have the light in it. And now here's a ground squirrel. We're eating a berry or something on the plant, right? And one of the eyes is hidden, just like the deer was that I showed you, the one doe. But the other eye that is not hidden has bright light in it. And that's, again, what we want. We want that catch light. The catch light in a photograph really makes them pop. So it's important, just like I got catch lights in my eyes right now, it's important to have those catch lights in your wildlife photography, as well as portraits. When you take pictures of people, you want catch lights in at least one of the eyes. And that's especially going to be true when you got a dark animal like this black bear. If those eyes didn't have any light in them, they would just kind of blend in right in with the dark fur, the black fur, and you wouldn't see them much at all. So it's important to have those eyes have those catch lights in them. Now here's a photograph of a junco, and you can see the eyes don't have that much light. They have a tiny bit of light, but not enough. And you can see how they almost blend in with the bird. And actually, when I did Photoshop on this bird, I used the dodge tool on the eyes just to make you be able to see them better. But it's better to have that light in the eye when you actually take the photograph. This is true for even when something is in the shadows. You want to have light in their eyes. And you can see this in this photograph of the mourning dove. It's a mourning dove chick, and it's hidden in the bushes because that's what they do when they can't fit in a nest anymore and they're still being fed by their parents. They hide in bushes and things like that, so their parents know where they are, but hopefully predators won't. So even in the shadow, that's what we want. We want to have catch light in those eyes. And then one more photograph I want to show you is this bee. Even insects, we want to get light in the eyes of insects. It's important to do that. It makes them come alive just like it does anything else. So that's true for anything you photograph, whether it's not even alive, an inanimate object. You still want to do the same thing. You want to have light in the eye of the object, whether it's a teddy bear or another stuffed animal or a statue. You want light in the eye. You want it there. And just to kind of make a spiritual note here, is I'd like to do what's lighting your eye? Is it God? Are you letting God light your way? Is He putting that catch light in your eye, the sparkle in your life? Is it coming from Jesus? Is it coming from the Lord? Jesus said that the eye is the lamp to the body, to the soul. He said that in Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapter 7, and I'm not going to quote it correctly, but it's there. You could go look it up. But he says if the light in the eye is good, everything is good. So let Jesus light up your eye and bring that catch light into you and to give you life. Get it from Jesus. And that's it. So if you want more, go to my website, thecreationspeaks.com. thecreationspeaks.com. There I have a blog on faith and photography. And I also post daily to something called the Visual Bible Verse of the Day. You can check it out there. And so God bless you, and may you draw near to Him.